Hello and welcome to Spirit Mom. Today at Spirit School, we're going to be discussing karma. And to be honest, we actually probably should have discussed it sooner. It's very vital to having a pure spiritual life, is having pure karma. We want good karma to be sent forward throughout our life so we walk a good path. Because everything we do, whether negative or positive, creates that vibrational ripple, which we've talked about vibrations. But a very known language that's used to discuss it is karma. Now, karma attaches to us in everything we do in this life. So every minute detail is a form of karma. And it affects, so I'm walking down the street and I trip and fall. That was my karma. I'm walking down the street and someone hands me $100. That was my karma. It happens, these things that seem like random coincidences are actually just built up things that ultimately we are manifesting in our own lives. But when we look at it from the lens of karma, then it actually kind of simplifies it in a way that we can easier digest to deal with. Now, there's no need to be fearful of karma. And people talk about past life karma and past life trauma, but everything that I've seen in reality unfold shows that perhaps in a past life, if something was unresolved, it's not lingering over you for no reason whatsoever. People have mentioned maybe birthmarks when you're born, perhaps, but unfinished patterns in an old life will just literally repeat itself in this life, like literally the whole thing. So you don't have karma hanging over you that you didn't create in this life. Maybe the patterns were thrown at you again because of past life stuff, and that's a big maybe. But ultimately, you created every energetic feedback around you in this life. So people that want to go into past life regressions to heal things, you're better off to stick with this life. And there is ancestral trauma because it is literally stuck in our DNA. So, but again, it's going to print out in behavior. So my proclivity to anger is partly because I'm a Sagittarius, and partly because I was raised that way, and partly because so was my dad and his dad and his dad and his dad. So that's in my DNA. And maybe I come from a past life of anger, but that's probably just why I was put into this life, right? So we can kind of leave past lives at the doorstep when dealing with this, because it's a lot easier to heal and deal with if we're in the now, right, people? If we deal with all of our issues right here, right now, that's how they're going to get healed. Because if you want to talk past lives, guess what? There's also future lives. So you saying because I crashed my spaceship because I was angry, that's my karma now? Maybe. But people like to talk about past lives. But when we're talking about timelines, it's all the same. So future, past, present, and depending on where you're doing your research, there's also things that say, I could be that guy next door. That's also me. You know what I mean? It's not just different lifetimes. You could also be multiple people right here, right now on this given earth. It gets really complicated when you're looking at how many tentacles a soul has. Ever seen that Futurama episode? I think they made it into a movie where the octopus thing comes from the sky and it splits off and goes into these different people. I had like a revelation that that is how the higher things work, and it comes in and it splits off and it splits off and it splits off. But that is getting really complicated. And if we are talking about, and that's good to know, that's fun to research, but when we're talking about our lives and making our lives better and healing our karma, we want to just deal with what we're doing, our actions, how we feel on the inside, our patterns of letting go or resentment or holding on, because that's how we're really going to heal our karma. And in an energetic vibrational sense, that will have a rippling effect out onto the universe. When we heal ourselves, we literally send that vibration out. And when we do bad things like anger, we send that vibration out. Vibrations carry on into infinity, forever. So what we do matters. So when you take things into consideration like karma, okay, so you're walking down the street and you tripped and fell. Why? Because yesterday you sassed off to your sister. Seriously. Like, or you got that $100. Why? Because yesterday you opened a door for a little old lady. Like, these are how these things repeat themselves. So what do? Okay, well, first off, obviously, try to live the best life possible. Like, try to be the best you can possibly be, right? That goes without saying. Oh, I gotta be a good person? Yeah, you do. But what do? Let's say we did do some bad things. Let's say the anger got the best of us and we're yelling at everyone and we're being a sassy little turd because we stubbed our toe, or who knows, right? Can't find the keys, can't find the purse, whatever the reason or justification is. We did that anger. Now what? Oh, now I gotta take my punishment. I'm gonna trip and fall tomorrow. This sucks. And that's just gonna make more negativity, right? So this is where we use our tools, okay? Guess what's one of the best tools? Jesus. Yeah. Jesus, the whole dying for our sins thing, if you want to call it ultimate blood magic, go ahead and do that, because it is. That act that he did is literally an energetic slipstream that you can jump into. When you accept that forgiveness into your heart, when you understand and complete, that's why they called it the good news. The gospel was the good news because it was good news. Before that, if you did something bad, you were gonna burn in hell. And maybe that's after you die, or maybe that's right now in this living life. That feeling of pain and remorse and guilt, that's living hell. So to clear out that energy, to clear out that karma, we need forgiveness. Now we can forgive ourselves. There's things to say, like energetically, if you're strong enough, you can drop all karma and walk away. Like the letting go. If you are a master of letting it go, let it go. Like that. Whew. I've done it a time or two. It's happened. It feels profound. Stepping into the now, specifically how Eckhart Tolle describes it, that'll do it. Just I'm here right now. But that, again, easier said than done. What Jesus did and the power that he opened up there's a reason the world's gotten better in the last 2,000 years, and that's why, because he's opened that up, clearing up all of our karma so that we can all have better lives. It's something that's there. It's a tool. And yes, Christianity has made many mistakes. There's been lots of things done in the name of a God that's made tons of mistakes. But don't blame it all on Christianity. Once upon a time, the pagans used to kill their children to win the crops and have the crops grow big. And the Aztecs threw them off their giant pyramids for probably the crops, or who knows. Like, religions have all done disturbingly terrible things, right? But let's not use that to blame a perfect thing that we have, energetic master that is there and primed for us to utilize. So anytime we do something bad, by all means, just if you don't want to, you can just ask for forgiveness, period. But I'm telling you, there's more power in asking Jesus for forgiveness. For real. Tried it. Works better with Jesus. So just try it. Just humor me and try it. Please, Jesus, forgive me. I'm sorry I yelled at the kids. Please, Jesus, forgive me. I'm sorry I slammed the door. Please, Jesus, forgive me. I'm sorry I robbed a person. Or if you did terrible things, that's the beauty of it. You can be forgiven for anything, literally, because we all have beautiful souls. Underneath these meat sacks, there are wonderful things there. And the part of this game, this earth school, is learning to be that angelic being here on earth, to bring this realm up closer to 4th, 5th density, but in physical bodies. But these physical animals need to be trained, and doing that is forgiveness. It's a powerful tool to get over the mistakes we made, because we're gonna make mistakes. And going and being a monk in the forest, offending no one, is no way. That's not what they made this world. They didn't make this world so monks could go into the forest and do nothing. and just, I'm celibate and don't have anybody around me, so I can't possibly make any mistakes. Okay, good for you. That seems a little selfish to me. Just saying. The rest of us have to walk through this earth day to day, seeing and knowing people and trying not to offend them. But at the same time, you're supposed to serve and do what they ask you, but then not get resentful. And there is so much energetic to be perfect. I mean, we all have our moments of being Mother Teresa and perfect. It's okay, ask me for anything. I'll say yes to everything you ask. Yeah, that goes for a bit. And then the resentment builds up and you're like, I just did so many things and you're still asking for more things. Yeah, because that's how humans are. They're never gonna stop taking if you're a giving person, but we're supposed to be a giving person. It's just this. So what do? We're gonna make mistakes. And then what do? To clear out that karma, so we don't lead ourselves into a hell of a bad life with bad karma, we ask for forgiveness because we know not what we do. Right? That's all we can do, people. So God bless you all. Goodbye for now. Spirit Mom.